I'm Beth Witten, Mayor Pro Tem of the City of Auburn, sitting in for Ron Anders, the mayor, who is celebrating his daughter's graduation from Auburn High School. So congratulations to the class of 2019 for both Auburn High and other area schools. Those are exciting times, and we're very proud of all your accomplishments. We've had kind of a very somber and sad course of events over the last several days. Many of you may know that we had an incident Sunday evening where we lost the life of one of our own, Officer Buechner, and also had two other officers wounded, Officer Sistrunk and Officer Elliott. City Manager Buston did let us know this evening that Officer Sistrunk and Elliott should make a full recovery, so we're very pleased to hear that. Officer Buechner, who did lose his life, is unfortunately the first officer that I'm aware of who's lost his life in the line of duty, protecting and serving our community. We will have a celebration of his life at the Auburn Arena this coming Friday, May 24th, from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. for visitation, and then also his funeral service will begin at 2 p.m. and go to about 3 p.m. It will be a full police processional following the service to Town Creek, where they will have his graveside service. We encourage anyone who would like to attend to please come. That's why we're hosting it at the Auburn Arena. We would love to have everyone come and show their support. We've had many municipalities, mayors of Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, area municipalities, even outside the state of Alabama, call the mayor's office and offer condolences and also support. So we appreciate that outpouring of support for our family and our officers. So the service will happen on Friday. It will process down Magnolia. So if you're downtown around 2:45, 3 p.m., we encourage you to show your support to the family of Officer Buechner and his loved ones. Of course, our prayers and condolences go out to his family and the entire Auburn Police Department and first responders. As I've stated before, we were wounded, but we are not broken, and we will continue and lift each other up in this situation. I am also happy to announce, not that it's happy, but we were able to apprehend the suspect, and he is in custody and is awaiting his day in court. So hopefully that will have a swift and just end. We did discuss several things in the Committee of the Whole. We discussed the Parks and Rec Advisory Board appointment that we had available, and we did confirm and appoint Lori Marine to that position, and we appreciate her willingness to serve in that role. And we had great accolades and references for Ms. Marine, and we welcome her to that position. And also, I'd like to say we had 13 other applicants who that wanted to also join that board. And so I encourage you, even though if you are interested and if you weren't picked, to continue to stay engaged because it is something that we want you to stay active in and play a part. And there's many opportunities coming down the pipeline as well. So we hope that everyone continues to submit their applications. We also discussed the CBDG funds in the consent agenda. We pulled out several items, and one of those was the funding, or actually in the consent agenda, it was for adding some amendments to allow for sewage projects, and that was for our community development block grants. And the Director of Community Services, Al Davis, gave us some insight as to the reasoning for that request, and it aligned with another item on our consent agenda that we pulled off and discussed, and that was funding for a sewage project in Northwest Auburn along Bedell and Foster. And so that funding, a little over $140,000, was approved, as was the amendment to the CBDG funds. And one of the things that Mr. Davis discussed was the timing of the funding and how it came in. And so we really had to make some adjustments because of timing. And then, so no projects were delayed, no projects are being taken off the table. This is really just moving around to meet deadlines and timelines. So I'm happy to announce that we are building 7 homes at Tucker Heights in Northwest Auburn, and then the Habitat for Humanity is building 9 homes along Bedell and Foster. So that sewage project is along Bedell and Foster, so it all ties in together. So those will be welcomed additions to Northwest Auburn. Additionally, we discussed a couple ordinances that dealt with the Glendean focus area, and that dealt with some text amendments to the zoning ordinance as well as the map amendments. And planning has been working on this area for quite some time as it transitions from residential to commercial, and so it was necessary to amend the zoning and maps to align with the reach and focus of the Glendean area. So we were happy to approve both of those. As well as we talked about in the consent agenda some other items that we didn't pull out, but we approved some funding for some fire alerting equipment that will go for Fire Station 1. And so again, we are always proud to provide the tools necessary to ensure that our first responders have what they need to keep us safe. Additionally, as we close out, I would like to again invite you to Officer Buechner's Celebration of Life at the Auburn Arena, which will be this Friday. And as well, we move into Memorial Day weekend. I hope that you and your families have a safe Memorial Day. Traditionally, we have a Mayor's Memorial Day breakfast, which will be Monday at 8 a.m. at the Auburn University Hotel and Conference Center. So I'm sure the mayor would appreciate me inviting you to that as well. And we will be honoring a veteran and also some other accolades during that. So as we remember our fallen hero as well as our whole first responder family and all those who have reached out and given prayers and condolences, we thank you, and happy Memorial Day weekend and happy graduation to the class of 2019.